What are your views on photosynthesis?
Well, I just adore photosynthesis. It's my only way of getting through the day, and it's how I make my food and get my energy.
That's amazing. Would you mind sharing how photosynthesis works?
Of course I can. It all occurs in the chloroplast. Now, there can either be a light or a dark reaction. In a light reaction, I use sun energy to produce ATP and NADPH. In the chloroplast, this happens in the thylakoid or grana.
Oh, interesting. Can you tell us more about what happens in a dark reaction?
In a dark reaction, I do not need light. The energy from ATP and NADPH is used to build high-energy compounds like sugars. This is also known as the Calvin cycle and happens in the stroma.
That sounds very cool. One last thing. Can you tell us about the formula?
Yes, the formula is 6 water plus 6 carbon dioxide plus sunlight energy that produces glucose and 6 oxygen. The reactants are 6 water, 6 carbon dioxide, and sunlight energy, and the products are glucose and 6 oxygen.
Great. Thank you so much for your time.
So how do you really feel about cellular respiration?
It's amazing. I love how it helps me survive and carry out all my functions.
Wow, can you explain how it works?
Well, it all occurs in the mitochondria, and it starts with glycolysis. Glycolysis is when enzymes get broken down by enzymes releasing energy and pyruvic acid, and it happens in the cytoplasm.
That's awesome. What happens next?
Krebs cycle. This is the second stage of cellular respiration. It occurs in the matrix of the mitochondria. It's when pyruvic acid is converted into acetyl-CoA. Then, acetyl-CoA is broken down to form 6CO2, 2-ATP, NADH, and FADH2.
Cool, what next?
The third step is ETC, and it happens in the cristae. It changes NADH and FADH2 into 32-ATP, and a little bit of water. I need oxygen for this step.
What happens if you don't have oxygen?
That would be anaerobic opposed to aerobic. Without oxygen, lactic acid fermentation will happen. That will happen when I convert pyruvate into lactic acid, or alcoholic fermentation can occur. That is when pyruvate is converted into ethanol.
Wow, last question. What's the formula?
Glucose plus 6 oxygen produces 6 water plus 6 carbon dioxide plus ATP. The reactants are glucose and carbon dioxide, and the products are water, oxygen, and energy.
It was very interesting. Thank you so much for sharing.